everyone, and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this live stream event. My name is Alexia, and I am the program manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat, but before we begin, I'd like to quickly review two items, our code of conduct and event guidelines. First, please take a moment to review our code of conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We do encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And secondly, our event guidelines. This session is being recorded and will be available on demand through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. I will be sharing the link in the chat for our on-demand content. And if you have not been on a live stream through YouTube before, please note that you must create an account on YouTube in order to have access and interact in the chat. You can set that up now, and if you're unable to use the chat but have questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or on our website. Which brings us to today's session, a very exciting session here. I'm going to bring in a speaker here for today, Pablito and Sebastian. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Reactor.
Hey,
Hello, everyone.
how are you?
Thank you so much for being here.
How are you doing, Pablito, today?
Sorry?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yes. This
All
is
right.
the first part of generative AI in Azure, the fundamentals.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Well, hi, everyone. I saw an interesting question that we can use to start. But first, why don't you present yourself, Pablito?
Okay. I need to respond. I am Pablo Piovano, Microsoft MVP and Director of AI at OS Digital Consulting. Joining me today is Sebastian. Hey, Seba, would you like to introduce yourself?
Everyone, I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm a software engineer, working mostly with .NET, and very happy to be here today. And well, as I mentioned to start, there is an interesting question, Pablito, that is, since we will be using Azure services, is something that we can use for free? What do you say?
Depends. Today we will cover services that operate as pay as you go. For example, model OpenAI, Azure AI Speech, and obviously you need to pay that for the use for these services. Or in some cases you have a free tray or free layer that you can start to POC or small demos. But hey, when you go to production, you need to pay as your option.
Yeah, that's the general idea. I mean, when we are testing or trying, you will find some free solutions, limited. I mean, maybe the amount of tokens, we will talk about what the tokens are, that you can use to try the service. But at the end, when you move to production, when your application is live, you have to pay for that. But not in this instance. We will use Azure, so you can create a new account. You will receive some credits if it's the first time that you are using Azure, and you have to ask permission to or send a request form to use the AI services. But it's just a first step. It's nothing fancy, and you can easily start with that. But let's move on the topics, Pablito, if you are okay. And what do you think that every app will be reinvented with AI? What do you think on that?
Wow, this is an excellent sentence that, yes, every app will be reinvented with AI because generative AI stand at the forefront of this transformation. Unlike traditional AI, which analyze existing data to generate insights as prediction, generative AI creates entirely new content. This is the the new approach enables the generation of human-like text, realistic image, video, and original musical compositions. Well, today we have a lot of content and demos to share with you, and these uh, different demos. And I saw Sean Eric from Chicago, and we will show a demo to analyze image in Chicago image. And well, the, I will show how to analyze and describe image using a GPT-4o model. But hey, this is the sentence. Every app will remain with AI. This is the when you can start to reinvent the application, right?
Sure, and it's growing very fast. I mean, a few years ago, we didn't know anything on AI, and this is really happening really fast. I mean, social networks took years to for us to get in use and to start interacting with social networks, posting. There are even now people that they don't use social networks, but I think that this is happening very fast with AI, and most of the people are turning into maybe incorporating these tools in the daily routines. And as you are participating in the chat, I will invite you to mention which is the best use for AI for you in your daily routines. I mean, do you use AI in your daily basis? I mean, I don't know. For example, for me, that I'm not an English native speaker, I use a lot of AI to correct myself when I'm writing a document or something that is in English. I use AI to check, to review, and to correct the text. So it's really useful for me. But what are I really want to know what are the best use that you can find. Another thing is the steps that Microsoft have done. What do you tell us, Paulito, about the Microsoft journey on AI?
Well, Microsoft journey with AI has been a long and exciting adventure marked by key milestone that highlight is a passion for innovation. This journey began over 30 years ago in 1981 with the founding of Microsoft Research. In the late 90s, many recall the friendly assistant Clippy and early experiment in AI interaction that provided value lessons. In 2010, the release of Kinect transformed gaming by introducing motion sensing AI technology. A few years later, in 2014, Cortana brought advanced voice recognition to millions of users, redefining virtual assistants. Microsoft significant invest in OpenAI in 2019. This is an excellent event that reinforced its commitment to advancing AI research. By 2020 and 2022, the company emphasized the importance of ethical AI practice, which is responsible AI strategy and responsible AI standard. And most recently, in 2023, Microsoft introduced Copilot, a groundbreaking tool designed to support developers and showcase in the future of AI-enhanced productivity. This milestone represent more than achievement. They reflect Microsoft's ongoing dedication to responsibly innovate and impactful AI. Microsoft believes AI has the potential to shape a better, more connected future and remains committed to leading this transformation. Copilot, for me, that you mentioned that how we use AI, GitHub Copilot for me is super important tool for my day. I am developer, and well, next session next Monday we will show the that powerful is this tool to generate code, uh, help us how to fix different issues, and write uh, pull requests for us, because it's excellent way to be more productive, right? Um, this is my
No,
my
that's great.
views point.
And look, the first investment on OpenAI, it was in 2019. I mean,
Yeah.
4 years ago. We are talking about the first investment, not the first release. So, well, it's growing fast. I mean, we are using these tools as they are, and they've been there for, I don't know, 10 years. I mean, it's something crazy. And I'm reading some comments that are interesting. Well, they use the AI for coding, for review grammar. That's interesting. I mean, it's something that we will definitely use in every day. I mean, in what we use. And this introduces us a lot of components. They are a lot. I mean, they are the names are self-descriptive. I mean, we can understand what they do. But for example, we can use to translate content. This is something that we don't mention, that we can definitely use the AI to communicate. If you work for a company, or you work with a team that is spread around the world, you can use these tools also to communicate, to enhance the way that we talk, we speak, we write. So it's amazing. And not only the way that we write, but also you can even practice languages with these tools. It's awesome. And you, as mentioned, as Pablo mentioned, you can use the capability to understand images, to analyze, to get information from an image, and even think or solve problems that are present in an image. So you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of tools, but we are going to focus in two main components. One of them is the Azure AI Foundry, and the other one is the Copilot, and we will understand the difference. But this is the most important. I think that if you are starting to work with AI, this is the most important component that you have to understand, and this is the best place to do your first step. That is the hub where you will find all of the components that you will need. This is Azure AI Foundry. And as we can see, this image is a good summary, because we will have the services, I mean the AI as a service, but also the capabilities to train models to add our content there using the machine learning, and also to use it in a responsible way. That is very important, because this is something that we are starting to use. I mean, it's growing fast, and there are a lot of rules that we have to follow in order to use this tool. So everything that you need, you will find it in Azure AI Foundry. But as Pablito mentioned, there are other tools that we can use to grow our applications, that are the copilots. So what can you say in a few words, Pablo, about the copilots?
Well, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, for example, utilize Microsoft built-in orchestration and AI capabilities, providing ready-to-use intelligent experience. And then we have custom Copilot agents. Allow you to create your own agent application using customizing orchestration and models. You can select your foundation models, incorporate your own data, build a tailored AI infrastructure. Yeah? To support building this custom solution, we integrated Azure AI Foundry along with powerful development tools such as Visual Studio, Copilot Studio, and GitHub. Together, this tool enable you to develop a comprehensive end-to-end AI solution effectively and efficiently. Yeah, right. We can have this Copilot stack in the Azure and Microsoft environment, right? Microsoft Copilot Studio, we will cover next session. We will create a small agent. This is a low code, no code tools. But today we will focus is mainly in AI Foundry, right? This is the the our scenario. Yeah, we can use Azure AI Foundry, yes, or Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio is more for feature. For example, we have 1,000 connector out of the box and support creating custom connector. Yes, and it's super easy to integrate with Microsoft Teams or different channels. And Azure AI Foundry, we is the best option when we need to use or leverage powerful models like GPT-4o, GPT 4.5. Last week is on public preview. DALI, today we will show demos in DALI, GPT-4o, real-time audio. Hey, this is the best way, but we have different flavors, Azure Foundry or Copilot Studio. This is the Copilot Studio is more for the low-code solution. AI Foundry is to end-to-end use code. First, you can use the different playground to create a small POC and test different models. You have the possibility to evaluate, and you can do more advanced stuff with LLMs, and then you can move to production using code, Python code, C#. Obviously, you have the possibility to use a lot language, because at the end of the day is a endpoint that you consume to use your models, right? This is a little summary about that.
Great summary. It's complex to say, but you did great. Let's start with the basics. I mean, how language model work? We will use language models. Azure OpenAI or Azure Foundry will bring us a lot of models that are already made, already trained, but it's great to understand how they work, because we can then customize the way that, for example, they will produce randomness in the responses. So it's great to take a look to the basics and understand it to make the best on the responses, right? So how it basically works? We send an input that is what we call a prompt. The model is going to read the prompt, understand, do a process, and return us one specific response. And the magic is the response is just maybe one specific term, but then the model itself is going to explain to us in natural languages. But what I'm saying is the response is just one term. So in the input, you will find, or the model will find, a lot of information that we will use to match the best response, and then explain it in natural language. That's the way it works. So the best we make the input, the best answer we are going to get, right? This information that is in the input. I mean the components of the whole sentence. They are called tokens, right? I mean, it's a small component. It's not a letter, it's not a character, and it's not even a word. It's a token. It's maybe a part of a word, and maybe two different words can represent the same token, because I don't know, they have different tenses, or they are they came from the same word, but they are different words, but it's the same meaning. So the model is going to understand tokens, right? So at in a very simple process, we will have a large amount of tokens in the input, but just one token in the output. That's how it works. And this is the way that it understands the tokens. We have a sentence. You can see in different colors the amount of tokens that are understood by the model. And if you want to try it by yourself, you can use that tool that is online, is free. I mean, you can analyze the amount of tokens that the models understand. They are the OpenAI models, the most popular ones. And you will notice that different models can understand different amount of tokens. Maybe in the same sentence as we are seeing in the slide, two different models can understand different amount of tokens because they are trained different, and maybe they have more words or more terms or a different way to understand what they are looking. So this is the way that they understand what you are trying to say in the input. So well, this is the same sentence in a process, and at the end, this is the way that is going to be out. This is the if you have two ways to generate the outputs. One of them is all together, and one of them is like a streaming. If you create something in the stream using the streaming output, you will see something like that. I mean, you will see components and components that are all the time appearing in the response and appended at the end. And this is the way that the completion works at the end, right? So, well, how the model will determine the best approach or the best response. They will use probabilities. I mean, when you send an input, the model will find the most probable response. So that's the point where the randomness can make a different response. If you apply more randomness, the model could not maybe took the most probable response, but another one. So that's how the model chooses the best response and propose a solution that is then made in natural language, right? So we can see different numbers and logic there, and this is the general way. I mean, this is something that you won't use at the end using a service, but it's great to understand how it works, right? I know, Paulo, if you want to add something on tokens.
Yes, we can influence this token selection process using two parameters, temperature and top P, right? Temperature is 0 to 1. We can control randomness or creative, yes. Lower values close to 0 generate factual outputs, while higher values will be more creative and varied results. And top P, the same. Limit the selection of token to a subset of the most probably chosen. A smaller top P, for example, 0.1, restrict the token choice to the top 10% probability, right? We can use these two parameters to to influence the next selections, or in other words, how LLM works, or the behavior, right? But well, in the next demos, we can show you these parameters that we can set. Depends the use case or the problem that we need to resolve, right?
Yeah, and these attributes are from the interaction. I mean, the model doesn't have a fixed temperature, but the interaction. I mean, every interaction that we do to the model, we can change these attributes to make, I don't know, the model respond more accurately or more randomly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, these models are the famous, maybe for us, the LLMs that are large language models. And we will find a lot of different models around. Maybe the most popular are the GPTs because of ChatGPT that is very famous, but we also have different. Maybe we can say that we have the models that we can install in our computer and the ones that are provided as a service. In this case, we are going to deploy the models in Azure, and we are going to use for the demo GPTs, but you can install other models. And now we have also two different categories for the models that are the one that make reasoning and the ones that do not. I mean, one of them are better to solve problems that are the reasoning ones, and the other ones are good to generating information, right? So if you see something like R1, R2, or O1, O2, these are the ones that make reasoning that are better to solve problems, but they are going to work slower. And the other models are going to be faster, but they are not as good as the other ones to solve problems, right? So you will find a lot of possibilities there. And at the end, the way that we will interact with the LLM is chatting. I mean, sending a prompt, sending a message, and the model is going to answer. And if you make the same input twice, you will receive different responses. Maybe the content is the same. I mean, the idea is the same, but the way that is written or even the tone or the way that is explained is different, right? Because it's generative, and every time you ask for something, the model is going to generate a new response. Maybe using the same content, but the generation is going to be different. And we can ask, for example, for a response like this, we ask a question and expect for an answer, but we can also ask for an image, and we can receive an image, and this is also a model that we can use to generate images. And this is the way that works. And we can also use our voice. I mean, we can speak to the models and receive a voice answer, right? I don't know, Pablito, if you want to add something else on models and responses.
No, all clear. Do you want to switch some demo to start with playing with the LLMs?
Yes. I know that you are anxious, and the people also are. Let me just.
I need demos.
Well, this is the Foundry, the Azure AI Foundry page. You will find something like that. You have the menu at the left side. But first of all, I will introduce the model catalog. As you can see, you have a lot of models. Some of them are even in preview, like this one. And to use some specific models, you have to ask for permission, because they are new and they are experimental. But for most of them, you will you can use it totally fine. And as I mentioned, for example, this one that is R1, that is this DeepSeek that is so famous now. It has the reasoning capabilities. And O3 Mini, for example, also is a smallest one, but it have the reasoning capabilities. But for example, if you use GPT 4.0, for example, this is a generative regular. I mean, a good one, but is not the best generating or solving complex situations, right? So you will find a lot of them. You have also, for example, the image generation one, as this one. This, for example, serves as speech recognition. If you send your voice, it will understand what you're saying. Well, you have a lot of options. What we are going to use for this demo is the GPT 4.0 Mini. That is great because has a lot of capabilities, but also is a small model and has less storage to deploy, and is quite good to start. I can say. So I already deployed one, but if you want to deploy, you select one and you can make a deployment, and that's all. And then once deployed, you can go to the playground and play with your deployment. As you can see, I have the GPT Mini here, and I haven't or specified any instruction for the assistant, so it's going to be generic, I can say. So if I say, for example, hi, I'm not really sure how it's going to respond because I haven't set any instructions for the assistant. So, how can I assist you today? But imagine that you want to use the assistants for something in particular. Let me find, but for example, I'm playing NBA Fantasy, that is an online game with some friends where you have to create an NBA team, picking players. So I want these assistants to help me to make the best decision picking players, right? So I can set an instruction for the assistant and say that you are a basketball expert with extensive NBA experience. I need your help in selecting the best player for my NBA fantasy team. I'm very specific on what I want. So I'm going to apply the changes. And if I say hi, for example, the response is going to be about, or the model is going to follow my instructions. So as you can see, the model now is oriented to what I need, right? So you can set an instruction, and the assistant is going to be the best for that. So I can, for example, ask, should I pick LeBron James, for example? And well, the assistant is going to give me a lot of information. As I said that I was playing this specific game, it will explain the decision based on the rules of the game. So this is the way that you will use. You will set an initial instructions for the model, and then you will start to interact. You have different kind of messages here. This is the initial one that will set. This is what we call the system message, because they are the instructions that the model will use to understand what you will use, or what kind of response you are expecting. You can even provide examples in the system message on the way that you expect the model to respond. And then you have the user messages, that these are the ones, the one in blue in this case, and this is the responses. As the same as this chat is working, you can interact from your code. If you are using, I don't know, Python, .NET, or whatever, you can install the SDK and interact in the same way. You have to provide a system message, a user message that is your input, and you will receive an assistant message that is going to be the output. And you have also information that Pablito talked about, for example, the randomness that you can set in the responses. But for example, you can set how many messages are kept in the memory of the model. So the model can remember what I said. For example, if I say, what player are you talking about, for example, it will remember the last 10 messages that we were previously talking, right? We can use more messages or less messages, but you have to understand that the more messages that you are keeping in the history, the more amount of information are you sending to the model every time you interact, right? So you will. I recommend to use 10. Maybe is a good amount, but it depends on your use case. If you want the model to keep more messages or not, maybe it's not that important. You can use just a couple of them, or maybe zero if the use case doesn't require any other previous input. I know, Pablo, if you have any other good example to use.
Yes. In the same time, I try to answer the question because we had different answer in the chat. For example, let me pick one. When you deploy a model, maybe let's say you use GPT-4o, when you load your own data, it requires you to create a search services that is scaled up when you use it because it is a premium tier. Okay. For this, we have two options, right? Or a lot of options. You can use Azure AI Search, yes, that we will show next sessions using a pattern rack, but we can use CosmoDB too. Next Monday, we will show an example using Azure SQL, right? We can chat with documents and we can chat with database, right? This is an option. But Alicia, can you switch to my screen? Perfect. Well, another question is about fine tuning because the cost of the fine tuning. Well, fine tuning for now is still an expensive option, right? It's for a specific use case, but for the 90% of the use cases can be achieved the same using RAG pattern, right? Next session, we will explain how you can chat with your data, right? But let me switch to my screen. Sebastian explained how to interact with this LLM using text, but we can use, right, image too. For example, I have this image, the for rental vacation. Let me put copy this prompt. Your assistant, which generate listing for vacation rental, generate exciting content for this image, but don't talk about the content that you cannot see, right? And then I give instruction. Follow the format of attention-grabbing title and provide the description that is only 6 sentences long, right? This is a prompt that we can set the prompt in the instruction too, but in this case, I use it in the chat. In this case, not only pass test, I pass image and text for the contest, right? And the LLM give me answer. In this case, generate the listing the listing for vacation rental. Give me a title, Tropical Paradise Awaits, and then use, I don't know, 5-6 sentences to describe and try to sell the idea to use this place for vacation, right? For example, I have another example, and then I will switch to a code. In this case, we can a picture to rectangle that this popular areas is, for example, I need the LLM help me with the homework and these kind of things, and I will use this prompt. Answer the question in the following figure and provide intermediate steps, right? I got these two questions, and LLM understand the image, understand the questions, and then give me a solution, right? It's super, super easy. Imagine in your applications, for example, you can resolve a specific domain using image and text, right? Well, here, give me the summary and the results for the two questions, right? Perfect. Well, now we can use this model to generate a prompt, right, for DALI 3. DALI 3, then I will show you this model. The DALI 3 is to generate image. Okay, let me clear the chat. Clear. I will upload this, and then I will put this prompt. I need a description because later I want to use this description to create another image using DALI 3, right? Using the GPT-4o to understand or generate a description for a prompt to generate a synthetic image using DALI 3. Yes? Let me send the... I pass the image and the prompt, and here I have a prompt for using to DALI 3. Let me switch. Where is DALI 3? Here. This is DALI 3. What it is a model that is optimized to produce image in the OpenAI ecosystem. This model is DALI 3, but we have the option to DALI 2, right? Because DALI 3 is the latest generation. It's similar. It's a transformer language model like GPT-4o, training to generate image from text description, using a data set of text image pair, right? And here we have another image, a synthetic image, generated from our original image, right? This only to show a use case that we can use. Let me go to another. Here, I have an app, right? This is a notebook Python code. Let me run this. This app, for example, here use give a context to the LLM and then give a prompt. And the prompt, I try to give a structure. For example, I need the name of the destination, the location, main attractions, a lot of things. And then I want to generate history, Twitter post, or Instagram story. Yeah? Generate the idea. In this case, write, yes, and then provide me idea how to generate a image Instagram history. Only using GPT for Vision or GPT for O because they are multimodal models. We can use image and text and give more context and only pass the image, right? Let me open this application and I upload an image from Chicago. Yes. Submit. Maybe take some seconds. And the idea is generate a tourist information and marketing content using an image plus text. Here we go. We have a destination, in this case, Cloud Gate. We know that the bin, everybody go to take picture. Um, the model give the or understand the location. In this case, understand the image is in Chicago, right? Then give me main attraction, recommended activities. You can check that accommodation, transportation, right? The model generate all this information using image, right? It's super powerful. And imagine the different uses case that we can use, right? It's only a simple application, a piece of text, an image, right? But for example, Twisted Post. Here the model generate a Twitter or a post, add emoji, and then give me an idea to Instagram story, right? How create different Instagram story. And Seba, what do you think about that? It's super powerful.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes,
Using
yes, definitely.
GPT for all, right? Um, Let me show another example. Uh, Now we can use text, image, but we can use audio, right? And another thing that we can use in different models, this button that is super powerful because it generates the prompt. In this case, the model instruction and context. And for example, here I will put you are an assistant who will help me prepare prepare Argentine food. And I want you you to be friendly. Um, right? This is super important. And let me modify. Yeah. And use this prompt to generate an instruction and context for the model, right? Let me this more sophisticated because he made a description, they put the details, the output format, for example, give some example to the model understand uh, the the idea or the flow to the chat. Well, it's super powerful this tool to generate prompt, and then here I have this model, GPT for real time. Um, Next session, we will see the same model using the pattern rack, chatting with our data, right? But now we can start using, for example, uh, this model is using ChatGPT in when you can talk with the LLM model, but we can use in our application. Let me start. I hope. Hello, hello.
Hola, it's so lovely to hear from you. I'm your
Okay,
friendly
okay. Could you explain me how to make an Argentine barbecue? It's so low. What's happened? Hello,
Hola de nuevo.
hello.
I'd be
Okay. Could you explain me how to make an Argentine barbecue?
Hola. I'd love to help you prepare an Argentine barbecue, known as an asado. It's a beloved tradition in Argentina, centered around grilling a variety of meats over a wood or charcoal fire.
Okay. I would like to have provoleta cheese uh, as an appetizer.
Excelente elección. Provoleta is a delicious addition to any Argentine asado. It's a grilled cheese dish that's crispy on the outside and gooey on the
Okay,
inside.
thank you.
De nada. You're welcome.
Okay, the model speaking in
Good
Spanish and
Spanish.
English because this is a topic in Spanish. You can see how I'm able to interrupt the assistant while still maintaining a smooth and natural conversation. Um, well, next Monday we will see these services implementing in application using Rack pattern where we be able to interact with our data, right? Um, Let me switch to another demo. So,
Sure.
okay,
Let's do this one and then go for the questions that are pending. Remember that we
yes,
have the second part of the session next Monday, so we will continue using and showing some
exactly.
demos. But go for it, Pablo.
Okay, well, quickly, in Azure AI Speech Studio, remember the slide that we have all the AI services. This is one. And we have different scenarios, different use case that we can use. Next Monday, we will show others. But today, we will focus in live chat avatar. Basically, is we can pick different avatar, right? Different language and voice, of course, and then we can start chat with the avatar. But hey, I have a demo to use. Let me open, and this is a web application that connect the avatar. And in this case, the avatar connect to uh, Azure OpenAI GPT-4o model because the avatar or obtain extract the to my voice the text, pass to the model generate the answer, pass to the avatar, and the avatar give me the answer, right? This is the brief path. Let me start my microphone. Hello.
Hello. Did you mean to say hello?
Let me start again. Hello.
I got it. Hello. Smiling face with smiling eyes. How can I assist you today?
I need information about Microsoft Reactor.
Microsoft Reactor is a global network of community spaces created by Microsoft to foster collaboration, learning, and innovation. These spaces are designed for developers, startups, technology professionals, and students to
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Let me know if you need anything else. Have a great day. Rocky.
In this case, the avatar
Awesome.
mentioned the
She's not good with emojis, but she's
yes,
doing
yes,
great.
but
She's doing great anyway.
we can in the system prompt we can set okay when appear an emoji or not use emoji and the avatar understand. This is the system prompt is super important, right? But well, this is a standard system prompt, but we can improve that to generate more natural conversation with the avatar.
Let's
Hey,
jump into some questions, Palito. What do you think?
yes.
We
Perfect.
have 5 minutes,
Excellent.
so yeah. Well, there are a few about fine tuning, but maybe we can show some examples next week on fine tuning and RAG models that are different ways to customize the model to add your own information. So let's wait for the next week for that. What other questions talk about if the reasoning model is capable to build complex frameworks like an ERP platform. I would say that you can use as an assistant, or it can generate the code, and it will do it great, but don't use that code as the final one. I mean, you have to review the code, and you have to be on top of what the generative model is doing. It will do it fine or great, but can have something to fix, or maybe that is not 100% correct. So use it maybe to create structures or to solve some problems that you are having in code, but don't use it as create this for me and publish that solution, because we are not on that stage right now. I mean, something that is growing, is improving, but I wouldn't say that you have to use it in that way right now. Our question is, this is interesting. Why we have the system message if we can use the first chat message as the prompt? That's correct, I can say. I mean, there is no technical difference between the system message and the user message. So you can use the first message maybe as a prompt. But the idea is that the assistant is ready from the beginning to answer your question. So the system message will provide everything, a general context for the assistant to know, and you can reuse that context in different approaches. So you don't have to wait for the first message to set the context. You use the system message for that. But of course, you can do it in that way. Technically talking is not a big difference. And I don't know if you have any other question, or Pablito, I don't know if you want to take it out.
Here, where is? Let me. Oh, I lost. Here. Is in the chat asking about the code. Okay, you can go here, right, in GitHub, and you can find the similar code that we use for the TTS avatar, right? It's a public repository in GitHub. And another things about the models, you can go to this link, right, in Microsoft Layer, and you can find the Azure OpenAI service model, right, and give different features, the region when you deploy the model. For example, here explain the O series model, and other things, the GPT-4o audio that we can chat with the Argentine barbecue assistant. Hey, another thing, important thing, the training data, right? This model is training to October 2023, right? This is the reason that the next episode, the next session, we will show the RAG pattern, right? To give more information or our information or current information using our data, right? I saw a question about
Last
fine-tuning
because
static
we are
data and use RAG for dynamic data. Right, exactly. Exactly. Fine-tuning is for the static data because it's not the cost is expensive if you retrain the model every month, every week. This is the reason that the best way when you have dynamic data using the RAG pattern. That the next session we will focus in the RAG pattern to we will show different options and demos and code to how to achieve and learn that, right?
Don't miss it.
Yeah,
Don't miss.
exactly.
Don't miss next session. All right, that's all, Pablito. I think for
Yes.
today. Yeah. We are very happy to be here, and we have the next session next Monday. So we'll wait for you then, and bring questions, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, a big thank you for the audience for joining us. We look forward to see you next Monday for the part 2 with more content and demos. And of course, thank you to the entire Microsoft Reactor team. Thank you, Alicia, for the behind the scenes support. Thank you, Seba.
Thank you, Pablito. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.